Hello and welcome to the very first inaugural episode of Nico Nail World. Lovely to have you guys. You've been requesting for years now a Linework tutorial, and we finally have the talent to produce it, so here we are. Grab your detail gels, Linework it is. Let's get started. So first we're going to talk about brushes. Obviously that's the most important part, is choosing a tool that works for you. And this is going to vary depending on the design you're doing, but for almost all of the designs that I personally do, a mid-length brush is going to work perfectly. You want to choose something that's made of synthetic fibers so it's not going to get bristly whenever you clean it. And a mid-length is perfect for almost every design. So mid-length bristles, synthetic fibers, and honestly, as cheap as you can get it, go for it, girl. Now let's talk about product. We have a couple of gels that we need to consider: your base color and your detail color. So for your base gel, choose a color that's either not going to have a ton of a sticky top layer whenever it's cured, or you can wipe it down whenever it's done. Today I'm going to be working with Nail Addict White Addict. I love this gel because it's nice and pigmented. I don't have to use a ton of layers, and whenever it cures, it doesn't feel super sticky or wet on top, and that's going to be really good for detail gels. Once you've laid down your base color, you're going to choose a detail gel. So whenever you're doing line work, you want to choose a detail gel that is going to give you high pigment and viscosity. I like to use Après, that's my personal choice, and I'll show you why in just a second. It's going to give you all of the color and all of the control that you need. So once you've got your gels figured out, the number one secret to perfect line work is your pressure. The lighter the pressure, the finer the line. So now that you know the basics, we're going to go through a few techniques that are going to help you practice and really get your technique solidified and perfected. So first we're going to practice tiger stripes. Now remember, when you apply more pressure on your brush, that's going to make a thicker, wider line. Less pressure is going to give you that fine tip point. So you want more pressure on the outer edge and a little less pressure towards the middle. Give you that really nice, fine V shape. So as you can see, I'm applying heavy pressure on the outer edge and gradually less as I pull into the center. That's going to create a bolder line weight on the outside and a finer line in the middle. And here's our finished tiger stripe look. Next, we're going to practice symmetry. So to do this, we're going to practice our checkerboard. And for this design, you're actually going to use your long brush, like so. This guy's going to give you a little bit more control on those super long symmetrical lines. For our checkerboard, we're going to lightly coat the brush in gel and press the mid-length of the brush down as we drag it through. The long brush absorbs any shakiness of hand and creates a straight symmetrical line. Once you've created your grid, use a shorter brush to fill spaces in. Finish up with a white detail gel to clean up your lines if needed. And this is our completed checkerboard look. So next we're going to practice with our Gothic font. And the reason I've chosen Gothic font is because we have a lot of straight lines and curvatures, a lot of fine corners, and a lot of big waves. So this is going to really help you define your details and get that perfectly clean point. For this look, I'm using minimal product on the very tip of my brush and feather light pressure to outline my shape first. This gives me all the control I need to create those perfect contours. Then we're going to fill in and clean up. And this is how our Gothic font looks all finished up. So that's it, guys, just 3 easy steps, and I really hope that gets you 3 steps closer to mastering your craft. I have so much more that I want to share with you guys in terms of line work and every other kind of art, as well as business and other important things about the nail world. But that's going to have to wait for future tutorials, so stick around, stay subscribed, and I'll see you next week.